Yeah, thank you very much, Director of Communication for the New Patriotic Party. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we want to share with you two things. First, the modalities for our National Annual Delegates Conference slated for the 18th of December to the 20th of December 2021 in the Garden City of Kumasi. And second, some observations about communications as we gradually wind up our training tour started on Tuesday, the 23rd of November 2021. Before that, however, let me use this opportunity to congratulate the Honorable Minister for Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, for his exemplary conduct in helping to move forward the critical business of securing parliamentary consent for the financial proposals of the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo-led NPP government. Mr. Ofori-Atta's letter to Parliament, the content of which he shared with the public through a media encounter yesterday, is further demonstration of the government's openness to consultations and consensus building. Ladies and gentlemen, the New Patriotic Party expects the NDC to continue to engage in Parliament within a climate of consensus and trust that must be fostered by both sides of the House in the 8th Parliament. It is a fact that the composition of the 8th Parliament, especially the speakership held by the previous member of the current minority caucuses, creates unfamiliar spaces for the entire nation. However, the situation is not peculiar to this period. It is as a result of the structure of our constitution. In 2008, for instance, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo led Professor Tamale by 49.32% to 47.76%. In absolute numerical terms, Nana Addo had 4,204,073 votes, whilst Mills had 4,070,889 votes. The gap of 133,164. Nana Addo needed about 70,000 votes to win outright. Without that, we had to go for a second round. However, the NDC had already secured 131 seats to the NPP's 99 seats in the first round. So if then candidate Akufo-Addo had won on the first ballot, the 5th Parliament will have had a president with a minority in Parliament. In the light of current events, I shudder to think how the NDC will have conducted themselves as a majority in Parliament with an NPP president in charge. There could have been only two outcomes: learn to live together under the rule of law, or risk the Fourth Republic from the political whims of a vengeful parliamentary majority. Fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the question of survival or death or risk of the Fourth Republic was averted. But a potential gridlock was waiting to happen, and it happened. Now we have a parliament of near parity, 138 seats to 137, with a speaker seemingly leaning towards the 137. In the contest, it is the duty of both parties to serve Ghana by preserving the sanctity of the Fourth Republic. I dare say, a strong parliament, as reflected in the votes of Ghana or Ghanaians, does not mean an obstructionist parliament. I believe Ghanaians want to see a functioning democracy that delivers the true benefit of public policy in consistent improvement that can be felt in their daily lives. I believe that Ghanaians do not expect the gifts of their thumb to be used to punish them in pursuit of vindictive or legislative vindictiveness. Rather, Ghanaians ought to expect equal responsibility from both sides of the House. Opposition must come out with clear alternatives that can be weighed against whatever is being opposed. That will always give the Ghanaian voter the opportunity to determine when policies are being opposed in Parliament for mere political showmanship. It is in that context that I find it sad and worrying the tone of a press release purportedly signed by my counterpart in the NDC, that the General Secretary of the NDC, gloating at the situation in Parliament and hanging all manner of contestable allegations against the New Patriotic Party. We will not respond with like for like. No, we will not. Going forward, the NPP will make a conscious effort to be deliberate, responsive, consensual, and very tolerant in our conduct in order to play our part to ensure the ability of the 8th Parliament to do business in the interest of the nation and thereby preserve the 4th Republic. We will continue to support the government to build the needed climate of consensus and trust, and we will continue to be open to input from all stakeholders. We have done so before. In the very difficult early days of the 4th Republic, we will continue to do that again, to preserve the best chance of growth and wealth creation against poverty that the continuance of the 4th Republic represents. We call on all stakeholders to have faith in the resilience of the constitutional order and to act in their own ways to support the preservation of our democracy. The National Peace Council, the academics or the academia, and social commentators must be commended for their efforts, as well as the media for offering an opportunity and impartial space for all stakeholders to engage on the future of the 4th Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the contestations between the NPP and the NDC, the 4th Republic has functioned to deliver political stability for over 30 years. This is the largest period of any governance structure since independence. Power has exchanged or changed hands between the parties with no lasting fundamental detriment to the constitutional order. That political stability is a boon admired by many of our neighbors and international community. More and more, the admiration is bearing dividends in the leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in strengthening advocacy on the world stage for more equitable treatment of Africa and the diaspora. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is stressing self-reliance and solidarity within Africa and respectful partnership between Africa and the world. The recognition of the work of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president, by diverse partners and independent organizations and institutions worldwide should not only make us proud as Ghanaians, it should rather create an impetus to spur us on our corporate, political, and individual Ghana to work even harder to surmount the numerous but known problems that impede our way to meaningful development of Ghana by Ghanaians in the interest of Ghana, with consequential impact on Africa and the world. That is why I want to thank His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa, President of the Republic of South Africa, Aliko Dangote, Nigerian business magnate, Forbes Africa, and the annual National Black Caucus of State Legislators of the United States of America for the glowing endorsement of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's leadership and advocacy for equity, partnership, and trade between Africa and the world. Indeed, Forbes Africa has confirmed or conferred on the President the African of the Year award for 2021. And the reason is that he focused on a new paradigm of economic growth in Africa. This is unprecedented. I think that the president deserves a better clap from all of you. Many others have also made similar statements earlier. Indeed, we may recall the strong endorsement of Ghana's economic progress delivered by the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Sanusi Lamido Aminu Sanusi, at a time when the NDC in opposition was insistently running down Ghana's economic performance. Ladies and gentlemen, I am citing these external supports because I believe we can do so much more with our National Foundation of Learning, Skills and Governance experience if only the viciousness of our internal politics could be tempered. The NPP believes there are policies with far-reaching ramifications for Ghana, Africa, and international economic relationships that can only be sustained if the parties are seen to be internally committed. And so we in the New Patriotic Party are asking our communicators to grow in tandem with the Fourth Republic and the changing circumstances of Ghana in the international economic and political space. We are telling them to be more aware of the opposition of the NPP in the political psyche of the nation and to speak and behave accordingly. This is important because despite the NPP having provided the most economically and socially impactful policies in Ghana, many Ghanaians tend to raise the bar even higher when the NPP has the privilege of being in power. Where we fail to reach those heights, we run the risk of the average Ghanaian voter accusing us of being the same as the NDC. But we are not the same. We are a party that believes deeply in growing the country for the benefit of the people. So we are asking our communicators to be real. We are asking them to let the Ghanaian people know we are different, especially in the light of recent ongoing events in Parliament. It is imperative that we leverage the NPP record of achievement as a testimony to distinguish ourselves from the NDC. Over the life of the Fourth Republic, NPP policy choices and achievements reinforce our party's values and commitment to the progress and development of Ghana and the well-being of all citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, we are therefore expecting a new era of communications. Humble yet confident, temperate yet passionate, forceful yet sensitive, and above all, factual, emphatic, and reflective of our solid record of innovation and achievements. One such innovation is the e-levy, which is expected to transform the traditional sources of public finances, moving us from the price inflation created by fuel levies hikes and the risks of an excessive debt burden. As stated by the Honorable Minister of Finance yesterday, proceeds from the e-levy will support employment creation, especially among our millions of trained and partially trained youth, reduction of our debt profile, and improvements in infrastructure, including roads and digital infrastructure. It will also broaden the tax base and ensure more people contribute to the national tax base. Furthermore, it is designed to protect the vulnerable. The 100 cedis base limit will exclude over 40% of the user public from the e-levy. Moreover, only the sender will pay. The recipient will not be paying again. We have asked our communicator to share the value of taking on this tax to enable Ghana take hold of its pressing development needs with conviction and consistency. The New Patriotic Party also urging the minority caucus to work with good faith on the appropriation bill, since the Honorable Minister has addressed most of their concerns in his formal letter to the Speaker. An allocation of at least 10 million Ghana cedis is to be made for sea defense feasibility studies, and the paragraph of the purchase of shares from Aker and AGM Petroleum by GNPC will be redone to reflect the intent to bring the final contract to Parliament. Also, the need to strengthen local industries through careful management of the benchmark values has been reinstated. The budget is expected to draw a 10 billion Ghana cedis over the next 3 years to create 1 million jobs for the next 3 years. under a new program called U-Start. The program will provide technical support, training, and startups funds to innovative youthful persons desirous of creating businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, it is also abundantly clear that Parliament, through its committee system, has all the opportunities to make amendments and suggestions as provided by the rules of procedure in Parliament. So the Minority Caucus can demonstrate to Ghanaians a constructive approach to resolving any outstanding issues, including the details of collection and implementation of the e-levy. Ladies and gentlemen, the upcoming National Annual Delegates Conference provides our party the opportunity to restate who we are, what we stand for, what we have achieved whenever the good people of this country have voted for us, and what differentiates us from our main opponents. The theme for our conference this year is NPP, mobilizing for shared prosperity, our policies, our foundation, and Ghana's future. Demonstrates our superior commitment to fighting poverty and creating wealth for all through innovation that is building a strong foundation for continued growth into the future. The conference will also offer opportunity for members to debate proposed amendment to the constitution of the New Patriotic Party. And of course, it precedes a couple of years of renewal of the entire party, parliamentary caucus, and the emergence of a new flag bearer who we believe will lead us on the back of our record to a victory in 2024 elections. We are confident that Ghanaians expect us to do even more to continue to justify their belief in us, and we commit to do exactly that. We want to congratulate delegates and party members once again for successfully holding the constituency annual delegates conferences, the regional annual delegates conferences, starting in August 2021, and the NPP is the only party that has successfully brought together nearly 300,000 of our members and officers to deliberate about the party, take stock, and chart a path for the future. You, the members, did so in the midst of COVID-19. You were successful because you disciplined yourself to operate within the protocols, and we are very grateful for that. The national conference will also be held within the confines of the COVID-19 protocols. It will be in the open. We will also ensure virtual participation of all desirous of following the proceedings from afar. Fortunately, we are informed by the Ghana Health Service of the availability of sufficient vaccines as they work towards the national target of vaccinating at least 20 million Ghanaians. We will work together to ensure the presence of medical personnel and availability of vaccines at the conference venue to provide for those unable to secure shots before traveling to the conferences. Once vaccinated, it is important to keep your card safely on you at all times. We want to also call on Ghana Health Service to also re-advertise its location where the vaccines are available. It is important to take note that the third wave is in the offing. A lot of the countries outside Ghana are locking down because of the third wave. UK has brought in new restrictions. Canada is restricting other countries from traveling from their country to Canada. US is also considering lockdown. So we must always take our protection, wearing of the masks and social distances, and making sure we always wash our hands very seriously. It is important. Nanado Adodan Kwaku-Fado, the president, has done his part. It is up to us to continue in order to protect ourselves from such a deadly disease that is afflicting the world and bringing the world into a halt. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the NPP reiterates its faith in the ability of Ghanaians to rise above petty posturing and to do the right things that will not only preserve the Fourth Republic, but also improve on our way of life. Enhancing standards of living comes from support for innovative and progressive policies. We believe our policies, especially for the protection of the vulnerable, have borne fruits in the lives of many Ghanaians. The NPP will continue to be fair, firm, and focused primarily on the needs of our people for better lives. Thank you for your attention.